Ding. When doesn't a narcissist cheat?
When they don't have the self-confidence to cheat. Stay with me because a lot of people can resonate with this type of story. There are some cases where you're literally the only one that wants your narcissist, nobody else, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because their manipulation don't work on everybody else. Their manipulation is so weak, but somehow it magically worked on you. But since you're their only supply, they gotta make themselves seem bigger than life. Prime example. You should be grateful to have a man like me. I was captain of my football team in high school. Do you know how many women hit on me on a daily basis? This woman want me, that woman want me. All types of caps he be making up. Some narcissists like to compensate for things that they lack, like put money in the mix. Nobody else want me. I make this much money and all types of other shit. They wanted to put it in your mind that they're so larger than life that you're so lucky to have them. But again, like I said, their manipulation don't work on everybody else. It ain't to say that they wouldn't cheat. It's just saying nobody else is falling for my manipulation, so you're my only source of power. So I got to make myself seem larger than life, because if I get rid of you being my only source of power, then I'm nothing at this point. And this is where you start tricking yourself, because you start to believe that just because he don't cheat, that he's good. Look at other relationships where everybody is cheating on each other. You look back at your narcissist and say, hey, well, he's not cheating, so he's good. But here's a little fun fact. Everybody that cheat aren't bad people. Everybody that don't cheat aren't good people. That's another video for another day. If you watch all my other videos, you notice I always bring up how narcissistic people date out of a distraction. But when nobody else falls for their manipulation, guess what's gonna happen? If your distraction ain't big enough, they're gonna find their distraction in things like vices. They may be drug users, become alcoholics, and then they start to get drunk all the time and turn their household upside down. They're mentally abusing you, physically abusing you, spiritually abusing you. The kids are watching this, so they're growing up in a toxic environment because they're not facing what they're running from, and you're not a big enough distraction. And they can't find a big enough distraction outside of a relationship with another person. They can't even cheat. So now I gotta find my distraction somewhere else because you're not helping me to escape reality. I'm literally mad at you because you're not able to deceive me better. That's why when you look back at a relationship, you start to think to yourself like, man, that person ain't as big as you thought they would. Because this whole time you thought everybody wanted them or her. To find out nobody wanted them. And since they can't use for nobody for distraction, they end up going into those vices even harder. They become harder drinkers. They become harder drug users until they find somebody they can manipulate. You know, somebody that will fall for his manipulation like you did. And this normally happens between women in their early 20s and men much older. I'm not saying men that's much older is always out to manipulate younger women. I'm just saying this shit exists. Those type of narcissists prey on the gullible. Not everybody will fall for dumb shit. There's a quote that said there's a sucker born every minute. So they will eventually find somebody just as gullible as you. In the meantime, they're going to stick to their distraction. So in some cases, you are the only one that wants your narcissist. Don't drink and drive.